07. I'm Commander Tishtek, and I'm going to go through a system colony plan for Commander Einen, who found a pretty big system to colonize. So first what we're going to do is count up our construction sites. We will be using a colony planner designed by Commander Daftmav. So first let's actually throw the system name in here. I'm just gonna put it in the title and down here. Let's see our orbital slots. So here's a screenshot of the system. Let me move it on over here. I'm gonna count up all these construction sites. It's kind of hard to see the orbitals around these bodies here, but I can see it right there. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Wait, before I even count this, does it just show it down here? It does, 76 and 73. I had to do this on launch day, so I'm not used to that number. It wasn't always active, so we have that many sites now. Okay, so we'll head on over here to colony 1. Now, for columns A, B, and C, I like to list, what type of body it is, what its designation is, and what type of slot it has available. So this part will be a little tricky. So we'll just start with this top row here. Let's see, so we have, well, let me see, the initial starport, which I am told it's scientific. I believe that is body B, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5A, 5B, body 5B, 5B. Now we can use Inara to find its, wait, did I say that wrong? Body 5A, B, B1, B5B. Okay. B5B is IC. And it's a scientific, and it's already done. Okay. Alright, now we'll start listing everything from the beginning. So we've got star A, and that's obviously going to be an orbital. And we have, it has a total of 3 slots on it, so we'll throw 2 more there. Then we have the A belt, which is, well, a belt. It's also going to be orbital. We'll probably stick an extraction Coriolis there. If we can swing it, it will probably take away from the value of the system, because it'll remove our ability to put planetary ports, but we'll get to that later. Alright, moving on, our next body is A1. So it's got 2 orbitals, looks like. A1 is metal rich, MR. Okay, body A2 is HMC. It's also an orbital. Actually, that doesn't have any slots at all. Kind of sad. Okay, well, body A3 is also high metal. Okay, so that works. A3, you have 1 orbital and 4 surface. Okay, A4, Same thing actually, except it has an additional orbital. Okay, we have A5, which is also high metal. And that has 2 orbitals on it. Okay, moving on. Now we have A6, which I believe is a gas giant. Yep, with ammonia-based life. And she's got 2 orbital slots. And we have A6A, which has 1 surface slot. A6A is icy. A6B is also a surface and is also icy. A6C has an orbital and a surface. A6C is also icy. Okay, A6D only has a surface and is icy as well. Pretty common. Okay, A, B, C, D. Okay, we're on E now. A6E, you have an orbital and a surface. A6E is also icy. Okay, A7, we have 2 orbitals. And I believe it's also a gas giant. Yeah, it sure is. So we have 2 orbitals here. Gas giant, okay. A7A has 2 orbitals. Oops. 2 orbitals and a surface. A7 is surrounded by ices as well, so we'll just preemptively put a bunch of ices down here. Okay, A7B has an orbital and a surface. Gonna have a long list here. So that was B. C also is the same. A7C. And D just has 1 surface. Get rid of these ices here. Alright, that's it for star A. Let's head over to star B. Okay, star B. Very similar. So let's see, B has 1 slot. I'm just going to copy from up there. So that's a star B. And we have another belt orbital slot here. Okay, body of B1 has 2 orbitals and 4 surface, kind of like body A4. Change that to B belt there. So B1, oops, there we go, B1, 2 orbitals, 4 surf, body B1 is, excuse me, where's body B1 in our, metal rich, okay, alright, body B2, HMC, high metal content. And we have 3 orbitals and 4 surf. So just drag that down. Okay, then we have 1 orbital on body 3. I'm just gonna put, what is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 orbitals. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's 5. There you go. Now we have 6. P3, B4, B5, and another belt actually. Alright, we're getting ahead of ourselves here. Body B3 is high metal. Body B4 is also high metal. Body B5 did I get ahead of myself? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you're telling me that this is a gas giant with ammonia-based life? One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Interesting. I don't think so. There's 5 bodies here. Interesting. Unless I'm looking at a different star. Well, there's 3 stars, A, B, C. What is that? Because those... B6 is that gas giant. I guess that's a really small gas giant, but it has moons. Unless I scrolled too far down. Oh no. Chat, what have I done? Okay. So let's just backtrack here because I was actually looking at bodies. Like I was looking at the C star. I'm gonna just take these and move these on down here. Okay. So let's start from scratch here. Kind of. Let's see. Body star B has 2 orbitals and a belt. Let's just clear all this up. Star B has 2 orbitals. We don't need another belt there. Alright, body B1. Body B1. Need to go back up here. Alright, so this is all A. Alright, so I think all these are still the same. So B1's metal rich. We have 2 orbitals. So now we have B2, which has 1 orbital. And that's going to be a high metal content. Body B3, and we established that that was another high metal. You have 2 orbitals and 4 surface. Alright, body B4, you are also high metal. You have, I think that says 6 surface and an orbital. Then we have another belt here. Alright, and then you're obviously a gas giant. You have 2 orbitals. Okay. is going to be body B5. Okay, so now we need B5A. B5A. I never got that far, right? So B5A. There we go. Is IC. Go back up here. B5. So it has IC. Okay, it's got a good assortment of bodies. B5A. You have 2 orbitals and 2 surface. No, I lied. You only have 1 orbital. Oops. Okay. Body B5B, which is where the initial is. Yes, B5B. Okay. You have 1 additional orbital and 2 surface. And I believe you were IC, yes. Okay, B5C. You have 3 slots, also an orbital and 2 surface. B5C is IC as well. Okay, B6. Looks like B6 has 1 orbital. This should be a gas giant as well. B6, class 1 gas giant. Okay. B6A. So these are an orbital with 2 surface. So all of these bodies around B6 are IC. Yep. We'll just put a bunch of ICs here. Okay, B6A. B6B has 2 surface. Same with B6C. That's A, B, C, no orbital. D has an orbital and 2 surf. B6D. B6E, not so lucky. You just have 1 surface. B6F. I gotta count it up. Got A, B, C, D, E, F. You have 1 orbital and 1 surf. And B6G. You have 1 surf. Right, there's a G. There's a G. Alright, and that's it for star B. Okay, let's try this again with a little less hubris. So this is actually star C. We have 1 orbital. C belt. We have 1 orbital. Okay. Just gonna change all of these C's. We're gonna replace B with C. Thank you. Okay. Now C1. Now we can scroll down here. C, starting me off with 7. Not nice. Here we go. C1 is actually an HMC. And you have 2 orbitals for surf. Good. C2 is HMC. Already have that down. And you have 3 orbitals for surf, fantastic. C3, HMC as well. You only have one orbital, good. C4, HMC, 2 orbitals. C5, HMC, 2 orbitals. And then we have another C belt here. Okay, get to these guys right here. Alright, so this is C6. You don't have any orbitals, so we can avoid using C6 entirely. So we'll start off with C6A. C6A. That's C7. C6A. Okay, so C6 is surrounded by ICs. Yes. ICs everywhere. Before I just removed one of the belts, I want to make sure C has 2 belts on here. It does. Okay, good. Okay, so C6A has 4 slots, 2 of which are surf. C6B has 1 of each. Same for C6C. ABC, same for D. Okay, C6E, A, B, C, D, E. You have 2 surf and 3 orbitals. Okay. C6F. You have 2 and 2. C6G. You have 1 and 1. And C6H. Same, 1 and 1. Okay. Time for C7, which is a gas giant. You have 1 orbital. I don't need to look that up. It's a gas giant, clearly. C7A. You have 2 surface slots. C7A is a what? Let's see what C7 is surrounded by. Looks like all ICs. Okay. Alright, C7B has 3. And 2 of them are orbital. Okay, C7C has 1 and 1. C7D has just a surface. A, B, C, D, yeah, just a surface. Okay, E has 1 of each, I believe. A, B, C, D, E. Yeah, I can see it right there. 1 of each. C7F. You have 2 surface. And then G has 1 of each type. C7H. Oh my gosh. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. Okay, you have 2 and 1 surf. And then we have C8. C8, what are you? C8. Am I blind? C8. You're icy. And you have an orbital. Okay, so now we have all of our slots planned out. Now it would be wise to see who has a ring, what type of features each of these hold, because that will dictate the economy. So we'll pull up a resource we have on planning out economies. Right, this is from the Frontier Forums. So now I'll put this over here. So we have all of our bodies here. So let's take a look at A1, which is metal rich. So what do we need to be looking out for? Body with organics. Do any of these have organics? Can we see that here? I do not believe so. We may need to go to EDSM for this. Well, let me grab that system name. Let's see, is this going to tell me if there is life on any of these? I wonder if that map will show me. I don't think it'll show me the yellow glow. Technically it should, but I don't know about this resolution. I'm not noticing any yellow glowing. I'm not sure if any are terraformable. Oh, literally says it right there, not terraformable. Doesn't always mean there isn't any life on board, though. Now, how many of these have planetary rings? Is it just the gas giants? And the icy body at the end as well. Wait, did I miss one? Yeah, that's body B7. Did I miss one? I did. I did miss one, so let's just move all these guys down. 1. Body B7 is icy. Okay, so we should have 149 slots. And that adds up to the construction sites listed. Perfect. So we're done lining this up. Now, we need to identify different elements of each body which are going to dictate the economy of the stations they are on. Now I'm not noticing any with life. but there are a few with rings. Now, if I'm not mistaken, a ring is going to dictate extraction. Especially with the asteroid belts. Putting an extraction Coriolis, an asteroid base there, it would automatically hit up with extraction. Not to mention, what is it? There are certain body types that give extraction as well. Yeah, high metal and metal rich. So you've already got extraction available. Probably just end up putting facilities on the rings instead of stations. Because whatever we build on the high metals are going to be, unfortunately, fighting against extraction if we want anything else. And being so far away, we're going to need a refinery, otherwise we're going to have to hike for our metals and our CMMs. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to start looking for is how many planetary ports we can squeeze into this system. Probably going to be quite a bit. There are a lot of slots available. So I'm going to begin doing this by pumping out just wealth facilities. Wealth will promote a good defense against a bad economy and help with pricing for commodities. So we'll just cover everything in mining outposts and extraction settlements just for now, just to see how many tier 3 points, how many tier 3 points we can squeeze out of this system. There was a problem, huh? Okay, fine. Actually, the belts, I'm gonna leave the belts empty for now. Building an asteroid base is gonna take up a tier 3 multiplier, which can really take away from the value of your system. It's nice to have an asteroid base, good extraction economy, but we're pretty much already plagued with that, having high metals and planetary rings. Again, this is just temporary, just to see how many tier 3 points we can squeeze out. Okay, and then for the surface, I'm gonna put tier 2 extraction. Again, a lot of these are going to be replaced. Just trying to see how many points we can get, and you know, wealth is really good to throw around. Who doesn't like good trade process? So we're coming up on the limit here. Did I just put an extraction site on a belt? Oh, I put a mining outpost. Let me get rid of that. Let me check the, yeah. Didn't mean to put that, sorry. Okay, carry on. Watch out for belts. Okay, so that's a lot of tier 3 points, 138. It's nothing to scoff at. Oh, missed a few more. Actually, that's too many. Should probably stick one of these single ones. Let me see. There was some bodies that only had a single surface sight on them. There we go, here's one. I'll turn it into a tier 1 extraction. There we go, so 144 tier 3 construction slots. So refinery. Let's plan out the first refinery. Refinery. So in a system with major or pristine reserves, I don't know if it's major or pristine. Let's see. It is pristine, okay. Doesn't necessarily say what body type assists refinery, likely because it doesn't. But it seems rocky is our best bet though. We don't have any Rockies, unfortunately. So we're going to have to brute force our way into a refinery, unfortunately. Let's see. So we need a body with a lot of slots. Let's take a look at our screenshot, I think. So if we want to brute force, so we need to brute force a refinery, and I think we might have to brute force a high tech as well. Yeah. If we wanted refinery and high tech, we're gonna have to brute force it. Unfortunate. So let's take a look at who's got the highest body count. So what is this? B4. Yeah. So B4. Oh yeah, first also, how many planetary ports can we squeeze out? Who has a lot of orbitals? So C2 has a lot of orbitals. So it looks like our options are A4, C3. I should write this down somewhere. Give me a new one, please. Okay. So we have A3, A4. What was that? B3, B4. What else do we have here? Not very many options. Not very many options. options. Okay, so then we have C1 and C2. So these are going to be the 6 bodies. We're going to try to brute force, or choose to brute force, a new economy. So let's go back to, let's just throw you in here. Okay. So A3 is high metal content. Let's take a look at A3 real quick. You are landable, not terraformable. Actually, let's pull you back up on EDSM. I feel like you're more informational than Inara in this regard. Celestial bodies. Okay, A3, hello. So you're not terraformable, no volcanism, no atmosphere. You do have materials on site though. You're not tidally locked, are you? Don't think so. Actually, maybe. No, I'm thinking a rotational period, my bad. Okay. So that's not bad. So that's a good candidate. A4, I think you're identical to our previous. Oops. A4. Yeah, you could also work. Alright, B3. Tidally locked. Okay, so you're good, but you're tidally locked. So if we did want to make an agriculture station, B3 should not be the one. Oh, you know what? Did I even check that for A4? A4, where are you? There you are. Are you tidally locked? No. Okay. B4. Okay, so B4 is not tidally locked. Nothing going on except some raw mats on the surf. Okay, so that's a good one. Alright, now we need C1. You are also tidally locked. But you should also be a good one. Okay. Just not for agriculture. C2. Tidally locked as well. Okay, so we can brute force an economy on any of these, I think. Or at least try to. There's a B4 is going to be our... Let me see. So A3 and 4. I think B4 should be our biggest economy. I'll just say it again, brute forcing. So a refinery hub is going to be what we're going to go big on to try to get a large refinery station. So on... Oh gosh, I literally just said it. There we go, B4. So B4 is going to be... We need a large station right here. So we'll throw an Orbis here. And we lost a tier 2 construction point. So So we need to give one back. Let's find one of our single surface bodies. Actually, I can just find one here. So what is that? It's like C, A, B, C, D, A, D, C. Oh, we already did it for that one. Do we have another one that's just got a surface light? Not on there. Not here. There we go. What is that? That should be the last, almost the last body for B. Yeah, so we'll turn you into a medium extraction. Okay, good for that. So B4, we're going to try to get it into a refinery. There is a tool available to see how successful we will be in accomplishing this. Or if it's posted here. I don't see it. I don't see it. Well, let's try Googling. Wheat, dangerous, economy type, planet. I know there's a tool out there. We'll type in that word, tool. I've seen it in our Discord a few times. Not seeing it. Well, B4 is a what? Oh, why am I even looking around? I can just literally go here. It's a high metal content. Oops, went too far. So we're going to get a +1 to extraction, being on a high metal. So now we need refinery hubs. And a refinery hub will give us how much? Oh, the tool was right here. Perfect. I think this is the tool. Oh no, this is just to see what the market's gonna look like. Whoops. This is not the tool I'm looking for. Shucks. Place a refinery on the local body, which will provide +8. Okay. Alright, so to completely overhaul, we're probably going to need 3 or 4 hubs to get over the extraction. And luckily B4 gives us 4, 5. So we need a planetary port here for CMMs. And then the rest of these will just be our refinery hubs. Perfect. We have extra tier 2 construction points now, so we can probably put one of those mediums back to a large. Yep. Okay, that settles our refinery with B4. So next is going to be our high-tech selection. So A3 and A4, one of these are going to be our agriculture. B3 is good. That could be our high-tech. And honestly, we chose something as our refinery right next door. So that may not be wise to put our high-tech right there, because it'll have weak links to refinery. Having a high-tech refinery kind of, I guess they do feed each other. So that could be wise. But definitely the agriculture goes up here. I don't want to touch the sea bodies too much with things that are important, because who knows how far away that is. Right? How far away is it? 85,000? Only body B is 85,000. That's kind of far away. Sheesh. Unfortunate. Luckily we have SCO these days, right? Even a cutter can go 80,000 on one tank. They just have to be full. Okay. Well, we'll just rip off the band-aid. Let's see. Body A4. I think A4 will make our agriculture. So we'll turn this into a space farm. And we'll have a commercial outpost. What's a civilian difference? 1 to 1? Yeah. Commercial. Okay, and then we'll turn all of these into large agriculture. That will overhaul the outpost to be agriculture. Still want to see how many tier 3s we can spit out. Let's give it a whirl. How many planetary ports can we squeeze into this system? So we've already got 2 tier 3s right here. So that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I don't know if we can get that 7th. We'll have to replace some of our mining outposts with something else. That gives a tier 3. Yeah. Barely on the cusp of another. How many is that? That's gonna be 6 tier 3s. Almost. We were right there to get a 7th, but unfortunately it's not gonna work. Shucks. I have to move these around somewhere else, but until then I'm just gonna leave them right here. could do a large agriculture station. And we can put the high tech right next to it on A3. No, I really feel like it should go on B3. So we'll put that Orbis right here. We'll put a research station here. And all of the research biological buildings there. We have a pretty healthy tech level here. Alright, we'll get rid of one of these planetaries. This high metal on B3, it was tidally locked. Good, okay. Okay, so we have our agriculture on A4. High tech on B3. B4 is used for refinery. We are overworking tier 2 points again. Let's do this instead. We'll turn this into a large. And then we'll just turn these back into mining outposts. We're still over on tier 2. So we'll turn you into a medium. Oops. An extraction medium, please. There we go. Man, that sucks. We're right on the cusp of another one. It just doesn't work. Oh no. Where can we get one more tier 2 point? Shame. I wish we could build something that isn't an asteroid base on the belts, but we can't. Damn. Medium extraction, please. Stop clicking the wrong one. There we go. Okay. Just checking to make sure I have all the slots covered. Alright, so now what do we have selected here? We've got, you're gonna be our refinery, so we'll change your color just so we don't lose track. You're gonna be our high tech. Change your color so we don't lose track. You are gonna be our agriculture. Again, change your color, don't lose track. We had some other bodies that we had A3, C1, C2 for different economies. We should have industrials pretty much everywhere, I think. Yeah, ICs spawn industrials. So do gas giants. Okay. We have pristine reserves everywhere. So honestly, we can put an industrial anywhere we want. What was it? C1 and C2? There we go. C1. So we'll turn this into a planetary port. And then we'll put a commercial here. Are there any industrial installations? just extraction, I think. I don't think there are any industrials. That's literally an industrial outpost. That's not what I'm looking for. Yeah, there are no industrial installations. Okie dokie. So we'll leave that as mining for now. We'll turn these into large industrials. So our developmental level's going up. Now, that was C1. So now we have A3 and C2 to build a station. I only put larges for the research and the refinery because obviously if you want to move a lot of metals, you're going to need large pads. The high tech is going to be asking for wing mining missions, so going to want a large pad for that as well. Not to mention the great trade from high tech. In fact, I bet you could trade from one to the other, possibly. So we still have A3. I'm thinking just a plain old extraction. Can go there. Can stick a planetary port there as well. Exchange one of these. And then a planetary port. Actually, that may not be wise because it's gonna get. Where is that? There we go. Yeah, it's a tier 2, so it's gonna give a +8. So we're gonna need at least. Let me see. So it's getting a +1 to not agriculture. So as a tier 2, giving it +8. Oof, math. Am I right? So 2, put it at 1.6. So it could get away with 3. So we'll put another planetary port there to have a large agriculture. Okay, so agriculture and extraction. Oh, change the color. Just make you that color. Okay. Alright, so, oh, actually, that's not a great color. Just make you purple. There we go. So that's 4 different economies for brute forcing. Well, one of them we're not brute forcing because you get extraction already from the planet. Although I'm not sure we care about a planetary port being there and not at the high tech. So we'll just leave that as that. Actually, same for that. We'll just stick another one of those. Perfect, I think that'll fit out better. We could sack one of our planetary ports to get another, oh, this is our industrial. large Orbis, but I'm not sure how valuable that would be. I mean, push comes to shove, it's better to just get rid of both Orbises and put 2 more planetary boards, but it's nice to go to a large orbital. So this is going to be the industrial. Let's color you. A3, we got you. C2, did we do anything with C2? No. In fact, C2 had more spots. I'm honestly tempted to just move these here instead. We will paste format only, okay. We'll put these extractions back for now. And this mining outpost back for now. I'll put that back. Now, it isn't wise to leave the mining outposts here. They're only tier 1s, but they will give a strong link to that commercial, and we want it to be industrial. So we're going to give it something that doesn't have economical influence. We'll probably put a comm station. Maybe a government, and then we will lower one of our, yeah. There we go. Alright, so now we're gonna turn oh, I almost forgot about the military. Because this is quite the unsecure system. So now we'll need to establish a military base. Now, I know that some of these, they had 4, 5, 6, 4, 4. Did we have anything with above 2 anywhere that we didn't already use for something? So we should have 4 established economies. Do we have that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then body C1. Right, body C1. So we'll use C1 for our military. So we'll put a military outpost there, we'll put a military installation, and some large military bases. That'll probably come back down. Let's see, we'll sack some more of our wealth here. Get our points back in line. Okay. So now we need to sacrifice some wealth for standard of living. Our tech level and development level have taken care of themselves. So now we will start turning some of our extractions into agriculture, even though they're not going to be able to grow much. These are literally just throwaway settlements. So we can get some put some space farms out here too. now it's coming down. I'm literally putting these at the far end because I don't think there's going to be a lot of action going on at Star C. These are industrial. They'll have some weak links to agriculture and military. I'm literally just trying to level out wealth and standard of living here. We are almost there. We're there. That's pretty level, I think. Let's put another space farm there. Yeah, it's like 3 points off from each other. So that's it. I think we have 4 extra security that we're not gonna need. So we can probably put a medium military. So actually, there was a couple of other things. B2, let's give you a relay. And then we'll stick a security all the way out here. Security stations give you a nice security buff, but you can't really do anything there. If you get too close, you get a fine. So I try to leave mine far away from me. So now we have way too much military going on here. In fact, that might prove more useful than the relay and security now that I think about it. Let's put that mining outpost back here. And that space farm back here. Let's turn one of these militaries into a medium instead. So now we need 2 more security. I think a comm station and a relay would be good there. Looks like our tech level is a little on the low side, and we have extra tier 2. Well, it's not on the low side. 144 is nothing to scoff at, but so we can throw a medical. Maybe another medical on Star B. Let's see, what else? Need more wealth and standard of living at this point, so let's get rid of one of those, one of these. Actually, let's put that here. And we'll turn its space farm into a mining outpost. There we go, 5 points off. Extremely high value. We could have gotten more value if we didn't put those 2 Orbis, but this system will already be pushing quite quite the amount of numbers. We can see it's going to take about 2.4 million tons of commodities to build. We can play around with some of the installations, move some around, but I would say this looks pretty good. Nice big farm on body C, or on the C star. A lot of extraction on the B star. And then body A will have our extraction agriculture stations. Star B will have our high-tech refinery. Star C will have our military and our industrial. Looks pretty good. All right, let me know if you have any questions. 07.